Well, what's interesting about ayahuasca, especially in this area of Loreto, it's not it's a sacred medicine, but it's not given for any specific illness. They call it la purga here, and actually the tradition of it is that the shaman drinks the medicine to make a diagnosis on somebody. The patient traditionally didn't drink it, and the shaman would drink it and observe the patient as if, there are many modalities, but let's say he sees it like an x-ray, and he can see the illness, and whatever plants he diet might appear and go, okay, he needs the cat's claw, and would apply the medicine with another plant. But it's like originally it's like a diagnosis tool. However, it's switched to the patient taking it, and there are, asking around when there's some things that can get certain parasites out of the body. You can take small doses, like a teaspoon, over a period of time to increase virility, but other than that, there's no specific illness. However, most of these guys that work with it will say that it's a psychic psychiatrist. And I'd say all people coming from the West, whatever issues they have, it's usually based in emotional or mental issues. And let's say an extreme example, if somebody has trauma, but they can't face the trauma because it's too painful. Ayahuasca can go in and, let's say, bring unconditional love into the system, and then they can observe the trauma in that state of unconditional love and not project on it with emotional or mental energy, and see it for what it is as opposed to feeling the pain of it. And it's, again, it's a psychic psychiatrist, so you can go in and actually, instead of going to a psychologist or psychiatrist for 10 years, a 4-hour session can be equivalent to years of work in psychology.
Can you tell us about your brew and how it's used in ceremony?
Well, I have a variety of brews. I worked with Sky Ayahuasca for about 10 years, and I shifted to Black Ayahuasca, and I'd had some about 10 years ago, but the shaman I worked with kind of had he didn't care for it. And I drank it again, found some crossed my path, and tried it, and I just connected with it. And I find it much stronger. We cook the medicine here. We tend to cook it very densely, anywhere from 24 to 30 hours. So you don't need to drink much of it. Usually about 20 to 30 mils is enough. And Black Ayahuasca, I find, tends to work a lot on the subconscious. And so who you think you are and who you are at some point will meet. And the good thing about it, because of its strength, you don't have to drink a lot of it, or you don't have to drink it many times to get somewhere with it. And personally, I don't agree with just giving people ayahuasca. There's a certain detoxing of the system, plant diets to prepare the system energetically, and then usually just a few drinks of ayahuasca, boom, you get somewhere with it.